Hello, so now I'll be doing a video going through my portfolio and what I've done um, for my research task. This video is for my research summary, so I'll be going through every task that I've done, analyzing how this will lead to my next stage, which is for my planning stage. So if we click the arrow below research, you'll see that lies below three. You'll see that there's three different tasks, which is similar product research, genre, and which is similar product research, genre, and institution. So first of all, I think similar product research, the tasks in similar product research, which are these five, helped me in analyzing the good content that either the media student has produced previously or just basically some information that I found online. This would help me to plan for how I could take inspiration from and how this would lead me to produce a better product in the end, since I've looked at some previous professionally produced content. So I think for my previous student work, this allows me to think of how I could build my own personal website, which is this one that I'm looking at right now. This allows me to think how they, like, what aspects they have done well, and so I could take inspiration from and maybe implement into some of my own style. So I've analyzed Layla and Annika's, since I think their music video is very well done. They have effectively portrayed their own style and have known the music video style really well. They have managed to capture the beats and the style of the music video and have produced a very well done piece. So I've talked about both of their music videos for my similar product for my previous student work. And the next one is real music videos. For this task, I think I'm doing something kind of similar to what I'm doing now. Is I have looked at some previous music videos that are professionally made by large companies, and it's also overall they're all very large budget. So I've looked at Jenny and Zico's Spot and Likey, and also Less Unforgiven by Le Sserafim. I'm not sure why the video is private. I'll check later on. Let me see right now. Maybe it's the settings that I don't know. I'll check later. But I've analyzed these three music videos and talked about which part of the music video that I like, and I would also want to produce something similar to that. So I'm pretty sure for this MV of Le Sserafim, I said I wanted to do something which at the start, which is this words floating in the air, this one, and it's like the drone passing through the words. I think this is a very cool effect, so I also have mentioned that in the MV. So I think this task is very useful in terms of letting me to get to know more about how the actual music videos are produced and what I want to learn from them. So I only talked about three different music videos here, but personally I have watched over, I think, perhaps 50 to 100 music videos in my own time. I've looked at almost all the K-pop groups' music videos that they have produced, like Blackpink, Baby Monster, New Jeans, Le Sserafim, Twice, IVE, what else? Let me think. G-Idol, aespa, and also some boy groups, since I want to know more about their editing, the use of effects hence I could make my own music video as professional as them. So even though they're like a boy group, I still looked at their videos in terms of knowing more about how it could be like. Apart from groups, I also looked at single, solo K-pop idol music videos like Nayeon, Somi, and a few more I forgot. Maybe, yeah, some of Rose, Jennie, they also have their, and Lisa, and also Jisoo's their own like personal music videos. Like it's not in a group like Blackpink, but they also have produced their own single music videos, and I also have looked into them. I think Lisa's music video, new release music video, which is Rockstar, is very, very impressive. Like they use all the editing, the camera work, it's like very, very high standard, and I think that music video is one of the best MVs that I've looked at. It's really professional, I could say. Since when I was doing this task, her MV wasn't out yet, but if I could go back, or maybe if I have the time, I would add on to Lisa's MV into this real music video task. Yeah, I will definitely, since her MV is really, really impressive, and I bet there's a lot for me to talk about if I could have like analyzed her music video. And so moving on to the next task, which is real digipacks. For this task, I'm really lucky to have like actual digipacks or the vinyl records at home, since my dad is a big fan of these. So I could just take out his digipacks and talk about their covers and what I like about them. And also, apart from actual digipacks for my dad, since most of the digipacks that he has are like Cantonese singers or artists. So I also talked about Lana Del Rey, since I don't have the actual album at home. I used some pictures online. I found the pictures online and put it here. And yeah, so this task allows me to have an idea of how the album covers could be like. And for this, it's (G)I-DLE's Heat album, and also Billie Eilish. I just put a few examples here so I could, when I'm making my own digipack, I could come back to this task and look at how people have designed, like maybe the fonts, the way the images placed, or the poses or whatever. I could just take inspiration. And apart from talking about digipacks, I also talked about CD players that my dad has. He has a lot of them, so I could talk about different artists that he has for the CD, which is NWA and the rest. So, oh, why is this private as well? I'm not sure. I'll have to check it later. Maybe I didn't set it to public. So that's it for this task. And moving on is band social media pages. For this task, I analyzed 3 different artists that I like, which is Rose and Jennie from Blackpink, and also Lana Del Rey. I love listening to Lana Del Rey's music, since all of them are very orchestral-like. It just lets me feel very relaxing and soothing when I'm listening to her music. I like to put it on like a very loud blast in my room with my speaker, and like listening to it, it just it makes me feel very, I don't know, maybe relaxed. So I talked about their social media pages, what I like about them, and how do they post about their lives. And most of the artists that I follow on Instagram, they're very down to earth. So I talk about how they, like what they post, it's very casual. Like it's not all about advertising about their songs, something like that related to that. So they also post about what they eat that day, what they wear. So it's like we're being friends with them in real life. So I think Instagram is a very good platform that could allow the audiences or fans to reach out to their desired celebrities or artists. So I talked about these three idols social media pages, and if I could go back again, I would actually talk about some K-pop groups, like perhaps LE SSERAFIM. That's what I want to talk about. So maybe we could go to my Instagram. Oops, I have screen time. And I just LE SSERAFIM's page first. So since they're having their new album release called Crazy, I admire how they have put different posts into like a specific format. As you can see, it's not perfectly placed right now since I think they're constantly posting new stuff, so the layout got a little bit messed up. But I really admire how they have split one picture into, like, for example, this one, you can tell that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, there's 6 different posts, and these 6 posts have made into one single picture. So they have split the picture into 6 different like pages, and then posting them individually and organizing the layout as well. So it's like, so the picture won't get cropped out when you look at their feed, since if the picture is too wide, like too long or too tall, it might get cropped out a bit. Yeah, as you can see, like for example, this one, her hat on the top gets a little bit cropped out, but if you click onto it, you can see the top as well. So I think that's how they have done to prevent the images being shrink in size. I think that's a very, very clever way, and I think I might implement that into my own Instagram feed when I'm producing for my MV. So yeah, their layout is a little bit messed up right now. As you can see, they're not placed correctly, but I think this is a very clever way. So this task allows me to, let me go back, allows me to think of how I could take inspiration of how people have designed their social media page, allows me to have ideas into how I could make mine. So that's it for social media pages. And moving on is camera angles. So for now, since I wanted to do camera angles when we're back in school with my 2 other media friends, camera angles is for now empty. So I'll get back to it. I will film another video of me talking through camera angles when this task has been finished. So now let me move on to genre. For this task, it allows me to think about the theories of music videos that's produced before, and also how it has led to a successful music video at the end. So I looked at the history of music videos, like how it's from when the first music video is formed, which is in 1894, till now, 2005, where YouTube is launched, where people can post their own videos onto YouTube for free. We don't have to pay unless you want to watch YouTube without any ads, then you have to buy the YouTube Premium. But if you want to post videos onto YouTube, it's totally for free. So I looked at the history, also the theories, which is Andrew Goodwin's music video theory, with 7 rules that has led to a successful MV. So I looked at all these and analyzed how these theories has led to a good MV. So this allows me to think of whether I could implement these factors, like links between audio and visual, these factors into my own MV, so it could let my MV to be successful in a larger percentage. Like, I'm more likely to be successful if let me rephrase the sentence. So I'm more likely to be successful if I implement these factors or this theory that he has suggested into my own MV. yeah, that's a better sentence. And then moving on to the next one that lies below genre is music plus genres. I spent quite a lot of time designing this page since I talked about like how do I say, I have found different music videos that lie below the genre of pop, R&B, hip hop, K-pop, and so I could talk about some specialty, some specific styles that are commonly filmed within this genre. So for pop, like I talked about how they have dynamic camera movements. They're always like moving around. It's not like very still, like panning, tilting, or zooming in. This could allow the MV to create a sense of energy and motion. So I just talked about how these music videos have similar characteristics since they're all pop MV. And since I want to produce a K-pop video for my own MV, I talk about K-pop the most and also put the most examples over here. I try to include every group, like one MV per every group. So for Blackpink, I mean at least one MV. So for Blackpink, I put Whistle and Kill This Love. And for New Jeans, there's Oh My God, which is one of the most popular MVs that for New Jeans, and it's the most listened song on Spotify as well. And also put IVE, (G)I-DLE, Baby Monster, and also LE SSERAFIM. These are the groups that I admire and I like how their MV are produced. That's why I use them as an example. And for K-pop, let me talk about K-pop more. They have like really kinematic camera movements, and mostly they would have like large robotic machines with like fixed camera movements that allows for easy tracking or masking when they're editing the video. So I admire that a lot since it's really large. You can tell like it's really large budget produced, and it's also very cool to have like the same movement every time. But obviously our school doesn't have that resource, so if I were to film my own MV, I would try the best to use like the jib or maybe some tracks, like so I could do like dolly shots, like zooming in, zooming out, or maybe just using a gimbal. If I were to, mostly for convenient, I could just put the camera on a gimbal so it stabilizes the shot I want to film. So for K-pop, their styles, like when they do dancing, they're mostly all synchronized, so it looks very neat and tidy instead of every member dancing to different dance routines, so it'll look very messy in the end. And they also have like a lot of locations. This is very specific to Blackpink's Whistle MV, where they have 23 different locations in one single MV, and they will also have a lot of costumes. So I think for any more normal MV, they will have at least 2 to 3 costume changes, and if many, I think 5 to 6. So they have a lot of locations, props, costumes, and yeah, like, and some of the MVs they'll also make it as like a narrative. I think I could use New Jeans MV, like How Sweet, as an example, since the members are like just jumping and walking around exploring like the location instead of just dancing to their choreography. This is also a very nice way of producing an MV, since it will get the audience just engaged to look what they're up to next instead of just dancing in the whole MV. They also have like performance MVs which are only dedicated to dancing, so this gives the audience a way to choose whether they only want to look at how they dance or whether they want to explore the style of the MV more, so then they'll look at the actual MV actual MV. Yeah. So that's it for music and genres. Moving on to music video styles. For this task, I think this is a really fun task since I talked about how, like, what styles I want to implement into my own MV and what style that I'm not able to achieve by me. So I filmed this YouTube video of me talking through a style that I wanted to do, which is having actual explosives behind my performance, which is not achievable like I knew. So I filmed the video how I wanted to do that and why I'm impressed by that, instead of like having to use green screens and those explosives as CGI effects. That's not what I wanted to do. So I talked about Blackpink's Kill This Love MV, where there's actual explosive behind the Blackpink members. And yeah, and for Whistle's MV, they also have, as Ava mentioned, they have like 23 different sets in one single MV. That's also very impressive. It requires a lot of budget, and also it also requires a lot of time to film. So that's also not achievable by me. And then I talked about what I wanted to implement into my own MV, which is I took inspiration from Nayeon's ABCD and Le Sserafim's and Somi's MV, where the words are like floating in the air and it's like the drum passes through the words. I think this is a very, very interesting and captivating way to start an MV, since it will like keep the audiences interested and surprised by like, ooh, that's such a cool effect, at least to me, but I'm not sure how other people feel about it. But to me, I feel it's a very, very clever and very impressive way to start MV in my own point of view. I also since I don't know how this could be done, I looked on YouTube to look for tutorials, and glad and very fortunately I found a video that could explain to me how I'm able to create the 3D text. So when I'm producing my own MV, I would do something like this by following this tutorial. And besides, I also talked about other music video styles I want to utilize, which are transitions or concept driven, like narrative music videos, where it's not only all about my performers lip syncing to the song. There's also a little bit of like story and a plot, perhaps, like that, and a theme, obviously. So I can't make it very rock star for like half of the video, and the other half it's like very youthful, playful. That will look a little bit weird. So overall in the MV, I need to make a house style as well. Yeah, so that's it for music video styles. I think this is also a very interesting task. I think it's pretty similar to the task I talked about before, which is real music videos, because the same I also explored by looking at different MVs, like what I want to implement into my own MV. So I think this task is also very helpful in terms of helping me in thinking of how I could take inspiration from actual MVs produced into my own Now, MV. Moving on, I'll be talking about the last task that lies below research, which is institution. For the first task in institution is directors. I looked at 3 different MV directors, which is the first one, Choi Yong-seok. He mostly helps with producing BTS and Blackpink MVs. He's one of the like very popular and also very famous directors, so I explore more onto his style in filming MVs. So for BTS MVs, it's more like cinematic and narrative driven approach, like with very strong concepts and cinematic effects, like very wide shots or a lot of like establishing shots. I think he also features a lot of like colorful elements, like very dramatic lighting and also vibrant color palettes. This is very like easy to be told by looking at BTS MVs. Like if you look at their covers, they're all very like colorful and kind of like pastel like, and for Blackpink it's very bold and vibrant. So, and also since the groups that he helped to film are like K-pop groups, he also focuses on choreography since that's what the K-pop members' strengths are dancing and performing at the same time. And so yeah, and for the MVs for Blackpink, they're all very high energy and also performance focused, especially in the video Whistle, where there's like a lot of different locations, as I mentioned before. He really makes use of like very colorful color palettes and performing MV for them. So it's like a very common house theme, house style for the MVs that he has produced. And moving on is Shin Woo-seok, also Seok. Yeah, they're both also Seok. And then for him, he is the director for New Jeans, also one of the K-pop groups that I like the most. I also I admire New Jeans MVs a lot since they're all very youthful, playful, very it sets them apart from like Blackpink MVs, since Blackpink MVs are like most of them are filmed in the studio where there's like a lot of sets, but for New Jeans' video, as you can see, they're all like most of them are not indoors. They're all outdoors in actual locations. Like I think all of them are outdoors. So like if you see all these pictures, it is their only MV that is shoot on an iPhone 14 Pro. It is their MV called ETA, and I want to talk about I put a lot of pictures here and with his Instagram post here so that I could talk about how this MV has been awarded, since they have used only one iPhone 14 to film instead of like professional cameras like Blackmagic, something like that. So all their videos are very playful and down to earth, and it's kind of concept driven, to be honest. So like everything is just in her imagination. So I really love how the director of New Jeans has used the girls, like the members of New Jeans, as all of them are like performers to bring out a message in their MV instead of just all dancing choreographies. And then moving on is the last director I want to talk about, which is Henry Schofield. So by this time, Lisa's new MV, which is Rockstar, is out, and from her MV I knew about this director. I'm really impressed by Lisa's Rockstar MV. All those masking, editing, and everything, the locations, I'm really impressed. So I wanted to talk about him specifically. So he often uses like very visually striking compositions, like very dynamic camera angles, striking framing, and also to effectively capture the mood and the energy of the music video, which is entirely like Lisa's Rockstar MV, and also very vibrant color palettes. This sets his style is very different from the previous director that I talked about, which is Shin Woo-seok, which his style is more like narrative concept driven, but instead for Henry's more of his it's like a lot of different camera angle techniques, so like that. And then moving on to social media platforms. So for this page, as you can see, there's a blank area over here. It is because I haven't uploaded the video of me interviewing my friends onto YouTube yet. but I want to do my research summary first, so I'll upload the video there later. So I left this blank, this area empty, but I've already recorded my friends' responses on Google Docs. So as you can see, I screenshotted their responses over there, so I could also do the analysis, like analyzing their responses over here in this YouTube video, like analyzing the majority of them, which social media platforms they use, and describing which platforms I choose to distribute from my own MV at last. So I've chosen to use Instagram and YouTube, since Instagram, almost every person I know uses Instagram, even in the older ages, like my mom and my grandmother. I also teach her to use Instagram, so I think almost everyone I know uses Instagram. So I'll definitely post some videos, like behind the scenes videos, or like pictures or photos onto Instagram, and for my final MV I'll post it on YouTube, because it's a video sharing platform, which are mostly for longer videos, so I could post it on YouTube. And for shorter videos, like maybe some clips, like behind the scenes clips, I could post it on Instagram instead. So yeah, that's for my social media pages. And lastly is my available equipment and research summary, these two over here. So for available equipment, I took pictures in my media room at school, and I also included some descriptions of what's its usage and their names, of course, like Fresnel's. Oh, can you hear the thunder? The Fresnel's equipment, and also cameras, Sony, Blackmagic, like that. And the person in most of the pictures is my media teacher, Mr. Robson, since he's when he's talking about the equipment, he's holding them for the most of the time, so I could only include him in the pictures as well. So he might not like it, but I've got no choice. And I also included the descriptions below, like what's its usage and what specialities of those equipment. And here's a Google slide that I've done for my AS portfolio. I'm gonna also put it here as well, because it has some other equipments that I didn't talk about here above, but I included in this Google slide, like these soft boxes, 360 camera, and cameras, and some like light tubes, those that I didn't include up here, so I also included the Google slide. And lastly is my research summary, which is this video I'm doing right now. I'll upload this video onto YouTube and embed it onto this page. So it is a video of me summarizing up all the tasks that I've done for now, and I'll be moving on to my planning stage. And I haven't finished putting the buttons here, but for my planning stage, there's 3 that lies below planning, and I've already started oops, I can't click. And for ideas generation, I already started a bit onto oops, there's a mosquito. And for planning, I already started a bit on my inspiration. I've included some social media pages. I'll not talk about it in detail, since my research summary is not about the planning stuff yet, but I've done inspiration and video board, since I've got a lot of ideas in mind, and some other tasks. So that's it for this video, and thank you for watching.